glad to see them back. They're trying to get that first Big Ten win for this team, and they need a complete team to do that. So it's good to see their scorer, Keomi McMiller, back in the lineup, and then Zakari Perkins adds so much to this team, rebounding and defensively as well.
That's right. Keomi McMiller, number 2 in the Big Ten, 20 points per game. Rutgers looking for its first Big Ten victory, 0-5 in the league right now. On the other side for Nebraska, the story is who is out today. Allison Widener, their redshirt junior, suffered a knee injury in practice back in Lincoln yesterday morning. She did not make the trip. We'll have more on her later. But to start the shoot-around this morning, Nebraska broke the huddle with playing for Allison, who's had knee injuries in the past.
Well, that's a really tough loss for them. I mean, season high at 11 points and 6 assists in the win over Michigan State. Played some big minutes there, so a really tough loss to them, but trying to win for her on the road here today.
And Nebraska is one of the deepest teams in the conference, still a 10-player rotation with her absent. As Rutgers has the opening possession, Adams is off the mark from the mid-range, and that's a great sign for the Huskers. They grabbed the first rebound because they've been trying to improve themselves on the glass lately.
Yeah, in that first quarter against Michigan State, they gave up 8 offensive boards there. You see, they're so worried about rebounding. Almost 2 players went for that last rebound right there, so you know that's the name of the game today.
And no surprise, Nebraska wants to feed it inside to Alexis Markowski and see if she can follow up the career-high 28 the other day with another big performance, but their first turnover.
Well, she established her position very early. You see her already trying to get touches. Just got to be a better pass on that one.
Adams versus Markowski, number 1 versus number 40. We're going to be watching that all day long. First touch for McMiller, who finds the back of the rim on 3. One of the top 3-point shooters in the conference as well, McMiller is at 38%. Logan Nisley, the sophomore guard, in a 3-point guard lineup for Nebraska. They feel they can swing the ball really well. Callan Hake, another reason for that. And Nisley heaves the 3. That won't go. One-handed try at the rebound for Petrie, but Perkins is on the deck to secure it.
Well, that's amazing effort right there from Perkins and what she adds back to the lineup.
Oh, that's filthy, but the 3 will not go for McMiller.
You know, McMiller hasn't played since January 2nd. She's trying to get herself going, and what a block there from Sidibe.
Awa Sidibe says no, and you know she is healthy after recovering from a major knee injury herself.
Well, she adds so much to this game, and defensively, look at the athleticism, being able to wipe that one away. And Hake's going to have to do a little bit more to clear herself up. Sidibe jumps over and just wipes it clean.
Sidibe's 6th game since returning to the lineup. Markowski, she can stretch it. But so far, cold shooting for both teams. Markowski on the second effort. How about a third? Perhaps a fourth. Comes to Nisley, and that's splashed in. And finally, we lift the lid almost 2 minutes in.
Ooh, we've seen bodies flying on these rebounds. You can tell that both coaches have instilled in their players today, rebounding is the way you're going to win this game.
And definitely an emphasis for Rutgers as well. Adams through 2 defenders. She's great on the offensive glass. And we get a tie-up. We'll give the ball back to the Huskers. Interesting to see a quiet scoring first couple of minutes because for both of these teams, a hot start is key. For Nebraska, they were down double digits against Michigan State. It felt like in the blink of an eye. And in this losing streak that's now 4 games for Rutgers, it feels like by the time they get to the second half, they haven't been in games.
Yeah, important starts is so good for them. They finally get settled in and around the second quarter there, but another block. We've been seeing a couple of them in this game already.
That was Nisley. Now Lacey jumps in the passing lane. Only Petrie back to defend, and Lacey scores over top.
Well, that pass is just too long to make there, and you see Rutgers already with the soft pressure in this press. So you make it that long pass there. It's very easy for Lacey to run through, and she's able to reap the benefits and scores one in transition.
JoJo Lacey has been one of those emergent players for Rutgers as the year has gone on. Their number 3 scorer, 8 points a game. Markowski over Adams gets the roll.
Man, that's great defense there, but Markowski just has incredible footwork. And the way she just keeps it up high, raises over the top of Adams. She's textbook stuff right there.
The first 2 points for the senior center, who's nearing 1,600 points in her career. McMiller scooped it in, but a fastball. Now Perkins. Adams tips it to herself, can't wedge it back in. And Petrie clears. Odd-numbered rush. Prince will go to the line.
Well, you see Nebraska trying to push a little bit of their own, got behind the defense, but JoJo Lacey, like you said, she's been a great addition to the team because she does a little bit of everything defensively and offensively. And here, Destiny Adams just trying to stay in front there. Great defense and contest, but Markowski, she is a tough guard right there because of the footwork. When she's back to the basket, she's one of the best in the country to do it.
Britt Prince, a 91% free throw shooter at the line, and the infusion of talents that Nebraska's freshman class has provided has really made this, what I called it right off the top, one of the deepest teams in the Big Ten, Dominique, because before Allison Widener's injury, there were 11 players playing every game for Amy Williams.
Yeah, well, the injury bug has bit them, and, you know, it just credits this team's adversity to fill in the roles. They have a couple of freshmen who are on the squad as well, too, who always stay ready to sub in, ready to make an impact. And there were a few that made an impact in that game against Michigan State, and that's just the type of players that Coach Williams wants on her team. Team players that are always ready to come in and do something that the team needs to get a win.
All right, first player off the bench for both teams, Maya Petticord for Rutgers and Amaya Hargrove for Nebraska, after Hargrove was a big contributor against Michigan State. And McMiller, you know she's back and really wanted that.
Looking good right there, being able to get the shot up, and you know that you can't give her much space because she will pull up and drain it.
Sends Rutgers into pressure, but Prince able to settle. Markowski had the mismatch inside.
Well, look how quickly she's able to get the ball up. The double team didn't even have, the help side didn't even have time to come over there. Fronting over the top was Destiny Adams to make that pass difficult, but pinpoint right to her hands for the finish.
McMiller off the blow-by, glides to the rim.
Ooh, a little hesitation right there, taking it to the left side. She's so good at scoring on that left side, and if you're on ball defender, you got to give her a step. You get caught on that hip, you're already beat.
Now, you know McMiller's a microwave scorer, but so is Prince. Nebraska looking for its first three, but how about two more second chance points? This time Hargrove.
Hargrove just untouched on that rebound right there, been able to clean up around the boards, and so far the offensive rebounding coming into play, 4 of those for Nebraska.
The Huskers have dominated the boards in the opening 5 minutes in Jersey. Perkins stood up and traveled. Freshman on freshman defending there, and Hargrove really acquitted herself well.
Well, she was really upset about that one. I think right idea, right move, just kind of shuffled her feet a little bit. But credit Nebraska, they're staying locked in on the defensive end. They're not trying to have any ISO situation. They're trying to make sure their on-ball defense is on point there, just staying sound on Perkins, making that a difficult shot.
More changes for both teams. Alberti Rimdahl and Petra Bojan enter for Nebraska. And China Cornwell, another center, in for Rutgers, as Hargrove looks to stretch. And another offensive rebound. Prince on the dump down. Bojan couldn't wedge it in.
Ooh, that was a nice pass there from Prince.
They've had those extra looks. Sidibe out of control.
Wow, no call, no whistle, no foul. Almost a travel there as well.
And Nebraska's wise to pull it back. Skip, Hake, air ball. Well, the Huskers are the top three-point shooting team in the Big Ten. 0 for 5 from distance, but for Rutgers, they have a top scorer in McMiller who's getting hot early.
Yeah, you see already, she's just feeling it, trying to get herself back into a rhythm, and Keomi McMiller has had a great start to this game. 5 points, taking it to the cup and knocking down a 3. Well, they've been getting some open looks, but I think Rutgers is one of the best in the Big Ten at defending the 3. They're number 2 in the Big Ten in three-point defense field goal percentage, with 28. They're allowing 28% for their opponents this season, and they've been doing a great job. I mean, even in the loss against Minnesota, they held them to 25% from 3, so Rutgers doing a nice job.
McMiller, she is already in gear.
Man, she's so nasty. She is nasty. And look at how she's able to create for herself, regardless of what the defense has given her.
Yeah, 7 of Rutgers' 9 points have come from the freshman, who is itching to get back on the floor. Alberti Rimdahl, good post to find Petra Bojan. McMiller.
Oh, my goodness.
Off the back and finds the back of the rim. Yeah, sometimes her dribbling moves just leave you speechless. She left me right there, too.
Yeah, you know,
they're so quick.
They're so quick. And you know what's interesting? We've been saying she doesn't really have a tail. So imagine as a defender, you can't tell what move she's about to hit you with.
Prince stuck. Hake on the release valve. Prince, she's going to drive it because Nebraska's had success inside, and there's 2 more for Britt Prince.
They have certainly been taking it into the paint this game. Hey, the 3 isn't falling, so now they've been able to drive it.
That's from way downtown, and McMiller leaves it long. Hargrove on the travel, turns it over.
Well, that time, nice time getting back on defense for Rutgers. And there, the drive from Prince, just taking 2 on right there, and a tough finish on the left side. But Kiyomi snatching it to the other side behind the back. Ball handling skills are so crisp, and look how she's able to create no matter who's on her.
And McMiller already a pair of 30-point games in her freshman season. And this is a battle of 2 of the top freshman scorers in the conference. Mentioned Kiyomi 2nd in the league overall with 20 points a game, but Prince 5th among freshmen as well. And they've really chipped in for their teams. Adams looking to get going. Off the jab step, no, but it comes to Petticord. And that rattles in. Rutgers, we knew, would have to make shots to stick with this Nebraska team that can score in bunches, and they've done that by and large.
Yeah, definitely got to knock down some mid-range there. Right place at the right time for Petticord to clean up that offensive board.
Oh, backdoor cut from Prince. That was intelligent.
Well, she's just so active, and look how many guards you have on the floor that have the ability to run the point, right? You take Prince off the ball, she's able to cut, able to move without the basketball, and nice job finding her.
Prince, the last 2 years, was Nebraska's Gatorade Player of the Year at the high school level, and it certainly has translated to the college game. Now we've got a foul up top on Hargrove, just the 2nd against the team.
Well, here you go, handling the ball, Hargrove, being able to find her, cutting backdoor, catching the defense sleeping. And look at the passing ability for this team. Everybody on this team has great court vision.
Sidibe, she can initiate. Petticord from the corner. And Adams high points another rebounds. Shoulder down, missed the lay-in. And Adams 0 of 5 in this game.
Yeah, she's been a bit off to start, just kind of over-launching her floater a little bit there. Looks a little off to start the game, just trying to get in a rhythm.
Prince able to keep her feet on the deck. There's a 3 from Moriarty, won't fall. And Nebraska's 0 of 6. You heard that, you might think they were trailing.
I can't knock anything down right now.
Crash in the glass. Nice rebound by Janae Walker, who doesn't see a ton of time for Rutgers. The center gives the Scarlet Knights an extra possession. Sidibe. Adams was calling for that 3 that she's extended lately. There's that extended range.
And she knocked one down last game as well, too. She's not afraid to show it this season. And a big 3, and Rutgers needed that one, trying to get going on the offensive end.
Brings us inside the final minute of this first quarter. Moriarty met by Sidibe, and that's headed the other way.
What a block there from Sidibe. She's got 2 in this game, coming over with the help side because Nebraska's adjusting. The defender runs out in Perkins, and then the adjustment for Sidibe to stay on her feet but still block the shot and knock it off of the body of Moriarty.
Second block for Alwa Sidibe, who has always been an agile, crafty scorer, but has brought the defense that we saw from her 2 years ago, her last healthy season as a Scarlet Knight.
Well, she's so athletic, and she just can guard multiple positions at that.
Comes off the screen, has to shoot, and missed it. And Prince will slow it down, hold for one final possession for Nebraska. At least that was the initial idea. Alberti Rimdahl had other ideas.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a couple of times that Rutgers, I think in transition, are letting letting players get kind of behind them. And you saw Perkins trying to go for the pass, shoot through the passing lane there. And once the pass gets behind you, it puts pressure on the backside and come over and help, and it takes them off balance there on defense. So that's how they picked up the foul.
Logan Nisley back on the floor as Nebraska will pull it back for one this time. 0 of 6 from distance, Nebraska is, but 7 for 13 inside, better than 50%. Ice the ball screen, got knocked free. Petticord and Prince are tied up, and that'll be Rutgers' possession with still time to use here.
Well, great defense there from Petticord, just being able to step right in front and knock it away from Prince. A little too much dribbling there. It's too tight, too congested in the lane.
And perhaps another chance for Kiyomi McMiller to do what she's done so often in her freshman season, which is beat buzzers.
Yeah. No fear. Not afraid to put the team on her back and get a bucket.
Yeah, no surprise Nebraska is doubling her. McMiller's got it anyway. With 2, she's got space, and it's wide right.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Foul away from the play.
You know, now it's been a couple of times where Petticord has been in a situation where it's a mismatch. She's been having to try to front down low and gets caught up there on the foul.
And Nebraska is in the bonus, so it'll be free throws for Amaya Hargrove. You know, nobody wants to lose basketball games, and Nebraska certainly did not have the New Year's Day trip to Southern California that it envisioned, a couple of one-sided losses to UCLA and USC, but some of the motivation that Amy Williams has said her team got out of that, working on rebounding, winning those 50-50 balls, making the winning plays, we've seen translate during the winning streak and today again.
Yeah, I mean, those are tough losses going to California. My goodness, Kiyomi McMiller. I can't even get my point out. You're putting the shake and bake out on over there.
Sidibe left it long after McMiller had the defender on skates. Wow.
For Nebraska, it's just all about getting better game to game.
And avoiding things like that as Nisley commits the offensive foul.
Yeah, discombobulated play right there. Just trying to, didn't even look like she had full possession of the basketball, kind of fumbling, losing it there. And Destiny Adams is so good at drawing charges, and she just recognized when a player is out of control and just steps in and takes it.
Adams is Rutgers' leader in charges by a long shot and draws another. McMiller lost another defender. That shot just does not go. And Rutgers needing its own share of extra possessions. McMiller hoisting from a different zip code.
Right in the middle of the Jersey Mike's Arena logo. My goodness. And then gets a deflection.
There are things Kiyomi McMiller does that make her look inhuman.
Wow. The range, man, the range. They needed that one.
McMiller, 15 points. And that has certainly turned some life into Rutgers on this possession. They get the shot clock violation. Nebraska completely unaware.
Well, what an incredible shot from Kiyomi McMiller here. Excuse me, past the Jersey Mike's Arena logo, okay? The range there, being the pull-up, recognizing that the shot clock is winding down. We've seen her do that time after time this season. And then on the other end, working her butt off defensively, getting that deflection. And then that caused Nebraska to be off kilter offensively. Get the shot clock violation.
Yeah, the Jersey Mike's Arena logo was just part of the flyby on the three.
My goodness.
Whip it inside. Sidibe, trouble controlling it. Now fadeaway, splashed it in, and a quick 5 points to give Rutgers some life.
Well, nice job just staying with it right there, Sidibe. Pretty looking mid-range shot here, and here we go, getting some offense going for the Scarlet Knights.
Back to Nisley. Now That would have been a huge three. Instead, Adams has it for the Scarlet Knights, who can make it a one-possession game. And Sidibe got fouled.
Well, here we go. Rutgers getting some stops. Securing the rebound is a big thing for them. And look at the fadeaway shot there from Sidibe. Nice pass to find her running along the baseline, and she stays with it to finish. Rutgers, a nice little swing there for them with under a minute left to play in the first half.
So Awa Sidibe to the stripe. Just 6 of 7 on the year. Mentioned this is only her 6th game since returning from a knee injury that cost her all of last year. And Rutgers has needed her contributions with the lineup changes they've had the last couple of games. And good free throw shooting, another attribute of hers. And Rutgers not great at the stripe, but Sidibe splashed him in. We've got a 4-point game. How does Nebraska respond? Moriarty scoops it in. Big answer from the senior Moriarty, one of the veterans on this old Nebraska team.
Yeah, Moriarty just really saw the lane open up and just kept her dribble, kept it going and finishing on the right side. That was a tough bucket there. Trying to get a little bit of separation before the first half comes to a close.
Yeah, now Moriarty has the pleasure of defending Kiyomi McMiller from 40 feet away. 4-second difference, shot in game clock. Again, McMiller in and out, and an all over the back call will put Nebraska back at the line.
Looks like Petrie was a little bit shaken up on that one there. It has been physical underneath the goal. We know that both coaches are trying to instill in their players that rebounding is what's going to win the game. Defensive, offensive, just going for the second effort. She was shaken up just a little bit, but looks to be okay to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think Jess Petrie's reaction sort of tells you the story of what it's been like inside in this first half. And even bigger, the foul is on Adams. So she picks up her seconds, heads to the bench. Both her and Markowski with 2 fouls, and something we'll have to watch as the second half goes on. Petrie, a 68% free throw shooter, and this is the first. Sophomore from Gold Coast, Australia. About an hour outside of Brisbane. Gets 1 out of 2 to make it a 7-point game. Nebraska has scored more points in each quarter to extend that lead a little bit, but Rutgers doing enough to hang around, and McMiller's 15 points have been big in that endeavor. And here's the shifty freshman. 5 seconds. 2 defenders
Lord have mercy.
Behind the back, floating, banked it in at the buzzer. And McMiller ends the first half with yet another highlight.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Sides of the ball.
McMiller carrying the offense and Adams leading the defense. And Nebraska looking for an answer out of the timeout. This would be a big one, but it finds the back of the rim from Coley. And a reload. Just 6 points for Nebraska in the quarter so far. Hake looking for help from Rimdahl. And at the last second got the shot but missed it. Adams running again. Offensive foul. Callan Hake stands up with a big play when the Huskers really need it.
Yeah, Destiny Adams was a little out of control on that one. Got the steal and was looking to see if she should push in transition. But Hake, a nice job just stepping over and taking that one. A clear offensive foul there, and maybe even a little bit of an armbar push from Adams. Easy call for the referee. But Adams has to go to the bench. That is a really tough blow.
Yeah, that's huge. 4 fouls, and Adams Forget about the 11 points and the 6 rebounds. It's the 6 steals that she's had that have completely taken Nebraska out of its offense.
Well, it has taken them out of their offense and gotten Rutgers into a great flow offensively, just that burst that she brought for them in the second half. So it's tough that she's got to sit right now.
So can Nebraska capitalize? They haven't scored in 3.5 minutes, the Huskers. Can she stretch? Yes, she can. Jess Petrie bombs away.
Well, that's a big 3. I mean, they were shooting 12% before that one. And they have not been able to get the 3 to fall, but time and time again, when they've needed a big one, they've hit it.
McMiller, crazy dribbles, one-handed, soft touch. To do all of that and then glide it up to the rim is crazy.
Just a soft touch there. I mean, the left hand, the right hand, looking ambidextrous out there. But she's feeling it right now, and hey, she got to keep taking those shots to keep them in this game.
Rimdahl for Prince. Ignoring the screen, into the trees, got blocked away. And Nebraska keeps with 5. And Nebraska is just 3 of 10 in the quarter. Uncharacteristic for a Nebraska team that routinely is in the 80s. 85 points to beat Michigan State.
Yeah, 7 turnovers.
Oh, Markowski, go back to the well when you need one.
Nice move there, just finishing over that right shoulder there from Markowski. And again, Destiny Adams not in this game. And now giving you a different matchup situation.
McMiller, sweet stroke. 25 points for the freshman McMiller, closing in on yet another 30-point game.
Man, we still got a whole nother quarter left to go.
Hake. No, back rim, and McMiller can start the break this time. Shot clock is off. Oh, McMiller was out of bounds. And she can't believe it.
My goodness. And she hit that 3.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, that was a tough one there. Just might have stepped her toe right out of bounds. Oh, actually looks like her back foot looked like it crossed the plane of the out of bounds line, but her toe was still in. And I was shocked by that because McMiller knows where she's at on the floor at all times.
Yeah, the fans here at Jersey Mike's Arena just saw the angle you did down the sideline.
What a great angle we got from our crew.
Yeah, Kenya Kirkland, the referee, who was right there and saw the foot hover,
but
not sure if it touched.
Yeah, wow. Interesting one there.
4 seconds for Prince. And McMiller commits the foul that will put her on the line because Rutgers is over the limit. Take one more look.
Oh, my goodness.
She's in.
She's in, but, I mean, look at the IQ of just the court awareness of McMiller. And I know she over there talking about that right now because what a shot to see her foot hover over. She knew she was close to the line but did not go out of bounds. That was a tough break there. And then hitting the 3 after that, too.
So I can make this a big swing as Prince misses a free throw. 2 of 4 at the stripe. Wow. I say that because she's 91% this year. Now we're tied again. Well, folks, lock in. We've got a fourth quarter still to play in this ball game.
Yeah, this is fun. This is a fun matchup right here.
Now, you talk about growing the game on Girls and Women in Sports Day here at Rutgers. This game will do that.
Yeah, and you know the Big Ten, those matchups, man, they could go either way. They got the toughest conference in the country.
2 seconds. McMiller, that's crafty. She doesn't have time. Start of the fourth quarter in Piscataway. Rutgers and Nebraska tied at 48. Huskers trying to run their winning streak to 3 games in a row after their first quad 1 win of the year against Michigan State back on Wednesday. But Rutgers has put together its best effort in the Big Ten so far. 0-5, but not just competing, but it's who they're competing against that's been impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Nebraska getting the big win over Michigan State, as you mentioned, but, you know, just forcing them to be a little sloppy in that third quarter. Forced 7 turnovers for them, and now they start the fourth with another turnover. So Rutgers putting together a great half defensively so far.
And Rutgers starts the quarter with Adams on the bench. We get a moving screen that prevents what could have been another McMillan 3. That's Janae Walker.
Well, her and China Corn were a little bit upset about that one, but looked like Walker was still kind of turning, trying to set the screen there, and refs caught her on that one.
Third on Walker, who's played 13 minutes. Markowski poise and lays it in. If it's possible, Alexis Markowski has had a quiet 12 points and 10 rebounds.
Yes, she has. Another double-double for her, and again, just so efficient and keeping it up high. Her teammates know exactly where to put the basketball, and she kind of tipped over on her right leg to still score it.
Prince knocks it free, and Sidibe puts some hands on it. Rutgers will keep it off the possession arrow. But that was some of what Nebraska did early in this game.
Yeah, being able to pick some pressure up on the ball handler there, and Prince just being able to swipe one away there. And again, it's been a scrappy physical one too, just diving on the floor. Prince has really shown out as an outstanding defender as a freshman as well.
McMillan matched up with Prince, splits the double team. Come on.
Man.
How does she do it sometimes?
And they put Prince on her, and then she comes off the screen, just splits the defenders and gets to her mid-range, man. That is her shot, and gets it in the middle of the free throw line.
Hake, baseline drive.
Ooh, might have had a double dribble there.
Round for Petrie, slashing, and one. Blocking foul, so count the bucket. Jess Petrie putting on the deck and showing the handles.
Well, she's really fundamental. I like her game, but Keomi McMillan, man, who doesn't love her game? On one side, shooting the mid-range, but Petrie being able to step over in the concentration to just kiss it, spin it off the glass there. It was a tough finish.
She's 6'2".
Yeah.
It's not easy to do with that height.
Oh, yeah, putting the ball on the floor. My goodness.
I was going to ask you, when does Rutgers put Destiny Adams back in the game? There's your answer. Their senior star in with 8:24 to play and playing with 4 fouls.
Yeah, she's got to be smart here. You know, the teams, whoever she's guarding, they're going to give it to her and force her to guard.
Huskers by a bucket. Trying to win in New Jersey for the first time since 2018. But Keomi McMillan not having any of that.
She's not letting that happen, man. She put the team on her back. Being able to step over another three-pointer for McMillan. She's got 4 in this game.
And she's got a 30-piece too, as Nisley's off the mark and Adams crashes the glass. And Perkins is out of play this time.
That's a really tough one there because McMillan was wide open at the top of the key here. But you see Nebraska kind of shadowing her a little bit to go both sides here, and then another defender in Nisley just kind of waiting for her to attack the lane. She reads it perfectly. Just a couple of dribbles over and launches a three-pointer. IQ is just there for Keomi McMillan.
30 of Rutgers' 53 points from the freshman from Maryland. That's a poor pass by Markowski. Turned over. McMillan crosses to the lane. Not the roll. And Markowski grabs a board. Who's got Nisley? Oh, an air ball. Just out of sorts in some instances Nebraska's shooting has been.
I have no idea what it is, but teams do not shoot the 3-ball well against Rutgers. I mean, they do a great job running them off the 3-point line, but even the wide open looks that they've been getting, they just haven't been able to hit. It is tough to shoot in here as well, too, and I don't know. Nebraska just hasn't been able to get it rolling 15% from 3.
3 of 20. I mean, everybody on the team can hit threes.
Yeah.
And everybody's tried a 3 for Nebraska.
Yeah.
Only 2 players have actually hit one, though. Petrie and Prince. Even with that, we're tied. Adams going right at Markowski. Has to kick it out for Sidibe. And there's Lacey. Hasn't played a ton, JoJo Lacey, but timely rebounds. Extra chance. Sidibe calls her own number and got fouled. So late whistle on Prince.
Yeah, definitely a late whistle because it was a lot of contact on that drive. And credit to Sidibe just trying to make something out of nothing. Looked like they didn't have many options there on the offense that they wanted, but Sidibe just driving to the basket there and Prince trying to contest. She's just so athletic. She jumps so high. It's hard to get up there with her.
Sidibe, the 6th-year senior from Mali. And now a season high for her with 9 points. One of sort of the glue players on the team, Sidibe, from all accounts. Everybody loves her. Somebody who's been on the team for 4 years before Coquise Washington got here.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite moments is when she scored her first basket of the season. Her teammates just joined all around her. We're just so happy to have her back. And China Cornwell talked about that too. It was her roommate at one point as well too. And it was tough seeing her go through that, but it's nice to have her back there on the court.
Sidibe's free throws make it a 2-point lead for Rutgers. Petrie knocks that away once again. 7 lead changes and 6 ties with that bucket.
Well, a mix-up there defensively, but Destiny Adams, what can you do? Didn't want to contest too much and pick up fouls, so have to let that one go.
Petrie's got a dozen. Most she's had in Big Ten play so far. McMillan trying to shake Moriarty. Fits it inside for Cornwell. Great vision.
What a pass there. And we talk about her scoring ability, but McMillan's ability to find teammates, her court awareness, her court vision as well. And that was a beautiful pass to Cornwell underneath the basket.
Time and time again, Nebraska's had an answer. Not easy to do on the road with the crowd involved in this game. Prince, splash. Another big bucket for the freshman who's got 16.
Well, here you go with the handles and got the matchup that she wanted, Cornwell, and was able to drain it right in front.
Most points that Prince has had in Big Ten action, 16. She's led the Huskers today. McMillan, that's a fortunate bounce for Rutgers. Markowski got a hand on it. Nebraska ball.
There's just got to be a better pass going into the post there to Cornwell.
Prince, same sort of 2-player game, and she scores out of it again.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
For 2, and a 50% free throw shooter misses the first. Her first free throws today. Missed them both. And now Nebraska will get free throws as well, and possession after the intentional foul.
And that's huge. I mean, a little over a minute left to play. Being able to get a chance at some free throws here and getting the ball back, a game changer.
Prince, a 91% shooter who has missed twice today, but in the fourth quarter stepped up in a massive way. And 9 points for her in the period, half of Nebraska's scoring.
She came alive when it mattered most for that team.
Nebraska high school basketball legends with their latest milestone as a Big Ten baller. Her first 20-point game in this conference, 23 to be exact. And now Nebraska can drain the clock as we come up on the final minute. Huskers by 5. Hake. In for Markowski. It's knocked around and Lacey has it.
Well, they get the stop that they want.
Rutgers has 2 timeouts if they want. McMiller, cross. Step back 3. No! Rebound Prince. Nebraska ball and Rutgers fouls to put the Huskers on the line.
Wow. McMiller got the shot that she wanted.
It's a three-pointer a couple steps behind the line, but we've seen her hit it twice today.
Yeah, we've seen her hit it in rhythm. Was able to get a step back there. Defender on the closeout just missed it. Just missed it. That's her shot.
And so Prince at the line. Adams forced to watch on. Missed again.
Whew.
Now, if there's been any blemish for Prince, it's the couple of free throw misses today.
Definitely.
Well, got that one, and that's a big one because it's a 2-possession game as Coquise Washington calls timeout. Start. All right, 6-point game. Rutgers needs points in a hurry, and you know McMiller's getting the ball. 2 defenders, no surprise. Perkins across for Lacey. Hake goes down, blocking foul.
Oof.
Both teams are in the bonus.
That was a tough one. Looked like she tried to take the charge on that play there, but ends up being a blocking foul. Being able to get something out of that possession because a lot of time went off the clock. And nice job from Nebraska, just doubling Keoma McMiller. I mean, she's their best 3-point shooter. You know, she's been able to look for a shot. They've been sending 2 defenders at her.
And Lacey misses a 3rd free throw in the final minute and a half.
Tough night for Lacey at the free throw line.
Now, just to underline what you said too, Dominique, double teaming McMiller.
Yeah.
It seemed like a given, especially with Adams off the floor.
I mean, they have been putting so many fresh bodies on her all game. Remarkable what she's been able to do, but credit to Nebraska for just taking that on and not letting her get anything easy.
So Lacey does get 1 there, makes it a 5-point game, and Amy Williams calls timeout. Now, of course, 3 teams are not going to make the Big Ten tournament this year, so wins are important. As it goes into Nisley, who hasn't missed a free throw yet this year. You have the chance to ice the game. I mean, we had a heck of a Big Ten tournament last year, Dominique.
Yes.
With the new teams in the conference,
yes.
What they've brought.
Yes.
That is going to be nuts.
It is. It is. I think often about that.
The Big Ten tournament, you
yes,
should.
I do. I think often about that.
You're not the only one.
It's going to be a mess. It is going to be a mess.
And Nisley gets the roll. She knows a thing or two about hitting big shots in big moments in the Big Ten tournament.
Hits this game.
Now Rutgers draws up something different here. It's for Lacey as they keep the call on the court. Rutgers basketball. Lacey inside the arc, lost the handles, stripped. We're inside of 10 seconds now as Lacey airballs that. Markowski has got her 14th rebound, and that will do it. Fittingly, Prince will dribble it out as Nebraska has its first true road win of the season. And for the first time in 7 years, they've got a W in New Jersey. They played for Allison Widener today, 24 hours after a knee injury, and they go home with a dub.